Hey everyone, got another good match sent in by our friend Ryan Kai from Malaysia, and he's on the right playing against Tachikaze player on the left called Mr. Chen. And here we can see that Ryan's hand is absolute garbage, right? Full of zeros, full of twos, no ones, no threes, and he missed. He even missed. So he's kind of in a world of hurt, you know? Passes to a Tachikaze player. Tachikaze player basically gets to go first but better because he can attack. So he swings that blue sprint. Ryan takes it, draws a one off the top like a champ. He actually gets the quick shield, which is pretty cool. And then that is the grade 3 searcher, so he can technically try and dig for his grade 3. And does he get it? No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like he missed again. So things aren't looking great for our good pal. Swings in with the succubus, gets a crit, and deals 2 damage to Tachikaze player. Now, arguably, maybe dealing damage this early against a Tachikaze player is not that good of an idea because it opens them up to do multi-attacks. They got the new Spino Extort, which is really good. Really good. But, you know, Ryan's just really good at getting triggers in the damage zone. Passes on that attack, gets a trigger. Now this Vanguard that swings in, has to get a trigger to pass, and unfortunately it's a null that comes out of the Regidon, so it's pretty weak overall. But he just triggers a heal, you know, doesn't matter. You get a trigger, doesn't matter. A Scharhrot Vampire goes to the damage zone. That is tough, man. He needs that. Ryan really needs that grade 3. We know he has 2s. We know he doesn't have 1s, you know. And that one missed, the succubus missed the grade 3 search, so it's bad. Abductor here can put in 2 of these killer tails into the soul, but doesn't get a trigger the full effect off, you know, because you need 3. At least he has a soul charge engine that can help out. He has a little counterblast to work with, so he can really push down cards to soul charge. So he's using Demonted first, hitting a Scharhrot. Another one. So that's 2 out of the deck already. Doesn't even get a trigger, so no draw. And then he's got 1 more seaweed to work with. He decides to suck in the Scharhrot into the... Gets a killer tail from there, so next turn he can set up the killer tail and get the 3 off in the soul. And then from here, what is he going to do? Is he going to commit more? Is he wanting to deal damage? There's a very low value draw trigger on that field that he can kind of attack into. He's thinking of committing. Plays the Emblem Master down. Alright, what is he going to copy? I think he can only copy like Abductor or the Demonted. Copies the Demonted. And, I mean, he could have copied Emblem Master as well, but Emblem Master's pretty good. Just saying. Copies the Demonted. Demonted, relatively low value compared to other cards. So getting the 3 soul charges is very nice. And should be probably, it's got 3 attacks here. Demonted swing in, then Vanguard can swing in kind of. And then your Emblem's hitting like 14, which is pretty good. He's got a lot of soul, lots of soul. So yeah, Demonted swings in, 9k. Very easy guard here, but you know, you might as well take it, right? More damage to play with next turn. He's riding up to 3 and going to hit insane. Triggers nothing. Gets a trigger on that last attack, so this Emblem swing into the draw trigger. With a equip gauge though, so maybe that's kind of relevant. Decides to guard that, which is okay. It's not bad. So yeah, Tachikaze player continues. He rides Gaia Emperor. All right, so he doesn't really bother with the new grade 3. You know, you don't need that if you're already ready to go, right? Regidon comes in on the Excel circle, and he can technically, well, the draw trigger is hitting like 10 by himself. He commits this extort down, great on tap to get a card under something. So what is he getting? He's got another Regidon. He just puts it on the spine or extort to give it power. And now Ryan's pretty bad. He's got 3 damage. You know, he can't really commit too much, or he needs to get his Scharhrot Vampire, which is pretty tough. And if he commits too many cards guarding here, he can't really G assist, right? But then if he doesn't, he dies. So he's in a really bad situation. This thing's hitting 19, so it's hitting a nice magical number. Intercept with Emblem and Demonted to guard that. Now he can kind of proc up the Regidon with this one. This one is 1722. So again, hitting numbers 2 and can pop off the tire. The Regidon. The Regidon calls it the bottom unit, the equip gauge. Pops off the Killer Tail as well. And yeah. Wow. That's a pretty good equip gauge, man. It's a blue sprint, so it's basically Regidon, but it's a grade 1. No trigger on Ryan's side. He really needs that trigger. He really needs that trigger. So Spinal Extra kicking in, he can pop the draw trigger and then call the card in front. Yep, he does that, and that's a Mega Rex. That's a really good value card too. That Mega Rex can like pump itself for power as well. And this column is hitting like 14 by itself. So yeah, 14. This one should be an easy guard. This is a 10k guard. And we're still in V format, so you know 10k guards. He actually doesn't guard. Gasteel goes away. That's a grade 3 again. This side is hitting 13 plus 5, so this is like an 18. And that's another attack too. You can pop it off and get another attack. So this is 10k guard. So this dude, this Mega Rex can pop it. He can CB1 if he really wants to get another gauge. This hits 24 by himself, and then the blue sprint equip gauge pops out too to make another attack. That is pretty darn brutal, man. That's not a bad card too. It's a prison bird, right? It's the grade 3 searcher. So that's like what, 13, 18 by itself, 23 maybe. 23 maybe. So yeah, the Gaia Emperor retires the extort to get 9k and well, it doesn't get the crit, it just gets 9k. But that hits numbers, right? 21. You know, you need 15k guard at least for 1 to pass. He's nulling a null. Wow. Okay, nulling a null. You don't see that happening too often, but yeah. Okay, null. Trigger is blank and a crit. Wow. Okay, so that's hitting for the 33. A 20k can't guard that. He needs more than 20k. 2 card guards, so use 2 20ks. And then he draws. Ryan draws. It just doesn't have anything. Even if he G-assists and gets a Scharhrot, he has absolutely no place. So pretty unlucky on Ryan's part, and Tachikaze, you know, just doing Tachikaze's thing. We really saw the power of like multi-attacks, and if it just high rolled and got that Regidon into the blue sprint, because that was from the top of the deck, right? So yeah, that was pretty crazy. Even if Ryan had a 3 on that turn, there really wasn't much that you could do, because Tachikaze was at 3 damage. Quite likely could have guarded, and then just kind of killed him the next turn as well. So I think this is kind of an example of how you should kind of make your deck as consistent as possible. This was a tournament. So here is the brick game that Ryan might have gotten in the tournament, and then he basically has to win every single other game. So that's why you should make your decks very consistent, and why consistent decks are good, because even consistent decks will brick, but you can at least count on your deck for the other games to at least bring you up from X1 to make you get into a top spot. So quick game, and at least we see some Tachikaze, I guess. We haven't seen that around ever since Clan Selection, but you know, it's a good deck. It's a good deck. Don't be discouraged, guys. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye.